Hey everyone, I'm Suede Wanamaker, and welcome to Cinematic Vault. This is a space for cinematic storytelling, fan-made, reimagined, and brought to life visuals and narration. Every project you see here was carefully written, built around emotion, myth, and meaning. Today we are going over the 14th story in the Godzilla cinematic universe. Now sit back and let the vault open. A tale of legacy, growth, and generational purpose. This is Rise of Godzillas, a fan-made film story written by Suede Wanamaker, realized with AI visuals and AI narration.
The MUTO is causing chaos in New York City, sent by Varnok from Planet Xantos. But wait, here comes Godzilla rising from the churning sea, battle-worn, but still fierce. After taking down the enemy, he heads back to Infant Island, where Godzilla Junior is buzzing with excitement for his dad's epic return. Freelance Horizon agents Steve Martin and Yumi Takahashi return to the island not with weapons, but with notebooks and open hearts. The island's breath is thick with mist and ancient symbols. Native villagers, protective and cautious, receive them in silence until Kaia, a young woman of the island and its stories, steps forward. With her voice, trust begins to grow. Somewhere deeper in the jungle, unseen eyes study their every move. Colton Vance has arrived, but not to learn. Godzilla walks the jungle like a moving mountain, and behind him, Junior stumbles through underbrush and volcanic streams, his green-lit spines flickering with excitement. He snaps at butterflies, tumbles into boiling mud, and accidentally roasts a grove of trees with a hiccuped atomic sputter. Steve films the chaos from afar, his camera capturing not a monster, but a child, clumsy, exuberant, and alive. Kaia watches too, whispering that this is no accident. The Earth gives us symbols. He is one. At the island's northern ridge, Colton Vance stands in polished boots, surrounded by mercenaries dressed like environmentalists and armed like soldiers. His voice is honeyed for cameras, but his eyes are predatory. Beneath the canopy of deception, he speaks of sustainability while plotting capture routes and kaiju lures. Vance sees the island not as sacred, but as profitable, a paradise to be sliced, sold, and mounted. His targets are not just the beasts, but the people who guard them. A low hum builds across the jungle. The Kamacuras swarm begins, an ambush in emerald shadows. Dozens of mantis-like titans descend upon a village, slicing trees and thatch with their bladed arms. Junior reacts first, lunging clumsily into the fray, but his flailing strength and misfired breath bring ruin to the village more than the enemy. Godzilla crashes into battle, crushing insects in fiery rage. When Junior steps forward proudly, Godzilla snarls, a roar of disappointment that cuts deeper than any wound. The battle ends, but the silence that follows is heavier than ash. Junior trudges into the forest, his glow dimmed, tail dragging. The jungle seems to swallow him. Steve lowers his camera, and Kaia shakes her head, not in judgment, but understanding. She tells Yumi that kaiju carry emotions older than words. Godzilla does not leave to chase his son. Instead, he lingers at the village edge, still and still smoldering. The villagers rebuild in silence, unsure if they fear the monsters or mourn them. Beneath the waves surrounding Infant Island, an ancient ripple disturbs the reef. Titanosaurus, long silent in the abyss, feels the surge of displaced energy and hungers for it. His gills flare like sails of fury as he rises from the trenches, his form now larger, sharper, and scarred from forgotten conflicts. His sonar well echoes like a lament across the coast, and the ocean recoils. Jungle birds scatter as the trees quake with his approach. Something wicked has found the island. Titanosaurus storms inland, tearing through foliage with tail blades and thunderous steps. The earth quakes as Godzilla intercepts him. Their clash sends shockwaves through the valley. Claws against gills, breath against storm. Junior watches, hidden, eyes wide. He charges in, attempting to protect his father, only to be swatted into the cliffs. Godzilla roars in desperation, but even he stumbles beneath Titanosaurus's feral power. The invader vanishes back into the mist, leaving bruised earth and a fractured bond in his wake. Night falls. Beneath moonlight filtered through thick jungle leaves, Godzilla rests near the ocean's edge, his wounds steaming. Junior huddles nearby, afraid to be seen, but unwilling to leave. For the first time, Godzilla lowers his head, not to challenge, but to listen. Their silence speaks of fathers and sons, of what it means to inherit strength, not through power, but perseverance. A rumble in the earth is not danger, but something deeper, the rhythm of reconciliation. A new day dawns, and with it, a new rhythm. Godzilla leads Junior to a hidden cove where thermal vents churn the sea in violent bursts. Here, they train. Atomic breath is learned not as a weapon, but as language, a way to measure fear, will, and direction. Junior fails, then fails again, then learns. He swims through impossible currents. He surfaces with a roar not of pain, but growth. Godzilla watches, not as a protector now, but as a teacher. Steve films from the cliffs while Yumi sketches by torchlight. Their notes are not just scientific, but poetic. Yumi wonders aloud if Junior is the first kaiju to be raised, not born into chaos. Kaia joins them, bearing fruit and fire stories. She tells of ancient scrolls that speak of kaiju not as destroyers, but guardians born through harmony. Steve writes a single word in his journal: hope. Colton Vance moves quickly. With his tech deployed, he captures several villagers in electrified nets meant for smaller kaiju. He drags them through the jungle with drones buzzing overhead. His plan is simple: attract the monsters, broadcast the event, and sell the island's blood to the highest bidder. But the jungle watches him now, and it does not forget. Kamacuras return, drawn by blood, smoke, and synthetic frequencies. The jungle canopy shivers with their wings. But Vance's mercenaries are ready. Gas mines explode. Trees fall. Insect titans are pinned and dissected. Junior, hearing their cries, breaks from training and charges inland. His instincts override discipline, but this time, his breath flickers with focus. Junior confronts the chaos alone. He battles two Kamacuras in the ruins of a collapsed temple. His strikes are less wild now, more fluid. A glancing blow cuts him, but he does not retreat. Instead, he channels his energy and releases a big atomic burst that vaporizes the beasts. The jungle hushes. For the first time, the island begins to recognize him. The sea breaks open again. Titanosaurus rises with a fury not seen in generations. Answering the bait Vance unknowingly set, he stomps through mangroves, dragging captured villagers behind him in cages of twisted metal and vine. He is not hunting, he is displaying, and in doing so, he awakens something deeper in the island's core. The jungle trembles as Titanosaurus bellows through the mist. His sonar shrieks fracture cliffs and scatter wildlife. Kaia races through the village, freeing captives and leading others toward hidden shrines. Steve and Yumi film from a distance, horrified and awestruck. Godzilla rises from the cove, answering the call not as an isolated force of nature, but as a father reclaiming his place. Junior follows, his eyes locked, his fear buried beneath purpose. Godzilla confronts Titanosaurus again, this time on the coastline where cliffs bleed into surf. They collide like gods of war, claws grinding against fins, spines lighting the horizon. Junior arrives at the ridge above, his silhouette framed by lightning. He does not wait. He leaps into battle, breath glowing, roar sharp and young. The storm breaks. The island watches. Titanosaurus fights like a creature possessed. His razored tail slices through stone, his gills flaring with every impact. Godzilla reels, battered. Junior lunges to intercept a killing blow, but is flung into the surf. Still, he rises, again and again. His breath bursts uncontrolled, wild, but burning with intention. Godzilla sees it now. This is not weakness. This is growth forged by trial. On a ridgeline above the carnage, Colton Vance issues desperate shouts, urgent orders into a crackling radio. His mercenaries scatter as vines burn and machines collapse. A burst of displaced breath topples a massive tree behind him. Vance turns, too late. The trunk falls like a final judgment, silencing his ambition. Beneath cracked bark and earth, the jungle reclaims its own. Junior rises from the shallows, bleeding but unshaken. Titanosaurus charges, but this time, Father and son move as one. Godzilla slams his tail into the beast's legs, toppling him. Junior unleashes a focused atomic blast, steady and true, striking Titanosaurus in the chest. The ocean explodes behind them. The tide has turned. Together, the Godzillas push forward, striking in rhythm. Titanosaurus claws at the air, shrieking. Junior ducks beneath the tail swipe and retaliates with a thunderous roar. Godzilla charges, his pulse, dorsal plates crackling. In one coordinated assault, Junior pins the beast with the tail whip while Godzilla releases a searing atomic pulse that scorches sky and sea. Titanosaurus collapses. The storm breaks. Rain falls on broken trees and scorched earth. Titanosaurus breathes no more. Junior stands tall beside his father, his green glow reflecting in calm pools. The villagers gather in awe. There are no cheers, only reverence. The kaiju are not conquerors. They are spirits made flesh. As smoke clears, the natives form a circle around the great stones of their ancestors. Drums beat slowly. Leaves are burned in offering. Kaia steps forward, lifting a pendant carved in the likeness of Junior's spines. She bows toward him. He does not understand the gesture, but he lowers his head anyway. Godzilla watches silently. Steve narrates from a perch beside Yumi. He speaks of cycles, of fathers and sons, of a world no longer ruled by fear, but by understanding. Kaia tells the camera that Earth has always spoken through storms, roots, and flame, but now it speaks through legacy, through learning, through restraint. Atop a windswept cliff, Junior stands alone. He gazes out across the island, eyes wide but resolved. He opens his mouth and lets loose a roar not juvenile, but tempered, not loud, but strong. The wind answers. The jungle bows. For the first time, he is heard. Godzilla turns from the cliffs and begins his slow descent into the ocean. Junior lingers at the water's edge, unsure. But his father glances back, pausing. A low growl, gentle, affirming. Junior follows, side by side, the sea welcoming them like old blood. They vanish beneath the waves. Kaia plants a seed at the edge of a scorched grove. Yumi sketches in her journal beside her, while Steve adjusts his camera for the last time. Infant Island is healing. The air is cleaner. The birds have returned. The villagers rebuild not in fear, but in celebration of survival and rebirth. Back at their camp, Steve and Yumi submit their report. The footage is quiet, the notes poetic. Horizon will not understand all of it, but they will see something impossible. A kaiju not only surviving, but teaching. Not only protecting, but nurturing. It's a new language, one the world must learn. Kaia walks alone to the altar beneath the ancient tree. She lights a candle of volcanic wax and whispers a name not spoken since her childhood. She says, Junior is not just a Godzilla, he is a guardian. The next, the one who will watch when others fall silent. She smiles. The jungle stirs. The sea rolls in rhythmic pulses as two shadows drift through coral and light. One larger, steady, ancient. One smaller, faster, curious. Above the surface, clouds part as a new dawn casts golden light over Infant Island. A new age begins, not ruled by fear or fire, but by legacy passed on. The king still walks, but now, so does his heir. Rise of Godzillas, the legacy of strength. If you enjoyed this journey into forgotten legends and untold worlds, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell so you never miss a new upload. Thank you for stepping into the vault where every story leaves a mark.